So Apple just wrapped up WWDC, and in today's video, we're gonna go ahead and go over my general reactions and impressions to all of their announcements. Now, I did go ahead and take down some notes, that way I can get you guys caught up to speed, that way you know exactly what to expect come the fall. But before we get into that, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, this is Ike'sTechTalk, where we cover the latest when it comes to tech news, reviews, and discussions. If that's something that you're interested in, do yourself a favor. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button down below. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Now, Apple immediately started with iOS 15. Now, iOS 15 isn't groundbreaking by design or functionality. What it is just a lot of quality of life improvements that if you're already a user of an iPhone and iOS, you're gonna really appreciate. So first thing they started with was FaceTime. Now, FaceTime is gonna now include spatial audio for 360 surround sound when you're talking on FaceTime. You're also gonna get voice isolation. That's gonna help with blocking some of that ambient noise, focusing really in on the voice and the conversation. You're also gonna get wide spectrum. So with wide spectrum, it's the reverse. You're gonna get more of that background noise into your FaceTime call. So example of that could be like a birthday party or something of that nature, where you're gonna have kids running around yelling and screaming, laughing, that type of thing. So that's maybe where you'd wanna get some of that wide spectrum into your call. You're also going to be looking at portrait mode video for FaceTime. Now, this is a feature other platforms have had, but it's good to see Apple really step it up and bring that to this version of iOS and to FaceTime. You're also looking at FaceTime Links, which seems to be a really powerful way to bring FaceTime to Android and to the web. So you're able to essentially send a link just like you do in Zoom or Teams. The user can then click that link either from the web or from an Android device and get immediate access to that FaceTime call. Now, they won't be able to initiate a call from what I understand, but they will be able to take part of that call. So that's good that Apple's bringing that functionality across the board. And then lastly, with FaceTime, Apple is talking about SharePlay. Now, SharePlay is very similar to Airplay, but with SharePlay, what it's gonna allow you to do is during those FaceTime calls, it's gonna allow you to go ahead and say share a movie, which is watch a movie at the same time as someone. Also listen to music or playlists, anyone can add to that playlist. And then lastly, the best part to me is you can be full-fledged tech support and let someone share their iOS screen with you. So you'll be able to see exactly what they see, walk them through troubleshooting steps, the whole 9 yards. This is gonna be really, really powerful when Apple rolls this out in the fall. Next up with messages, Apple's looking to allow you just to get more of that share integration. So the normal share integration that we have where you can share to say news or notes or anything like that, Apple's essentially adding that to the Messages platform. So just gonna make Messages a little bit more powerful. Next up is notifications and focus. So notifications got a bit of an update as far as how they look and how they act. And then as far as notifications as well, we're looking at notification summary. So all of those notifications that you just don't need to answer right now or don't need to interact with, Apple's gonna essentially store them all in one place. And then at a time of your choosing, whenever you decide, you'll be able to go ahead and call upon those notifications, or they'll be sent to you at that time, and you'll be able to then interact with them. It's just a way to kind of organize the chaos that is Apple Notification Center. And then as far as focus itself, think of this as like a customizable, more powerful version of Do Not Disturb. So you can set a specific focus for, say, schoolwork or just work, where only certain contacts can actually send notifications or reach out to you, and only certain apps can respond to you. So say, for example, if you're working and you don't want to receive Twitter notifications, you can set that up in the Focus app. So this seems to be a really powerful way to kind of dictate when you want to be distracted and when you don't want to be distracted. Next up, we're going to talk intelligence. So with iOS 15, Apple's really pushing the bar as far as what they feel iOS can do in the intelligence spectrum. So this is going to include things like a live text feature where you can actually, a la Google Lens, take a screenshot or view through the camera viewfinder, say a photo or video or something like that, and you're able to pull information from that photo or that article or screenshot to kind of get more information about. They also showed off a really cool integration with copy where you can copy text, and you're actually gonna be able to copy text right out of a picture. They did it with a phone number, and Craig was actually able to make a call right there through the picture. So that was really, really cool. It's all integrated in the Spotlight as well. So if you're searching for, say, a particular restaurant or a particular date, that picture will come up with the restaurant, maybe in the background or something of that nature. So this is Apple just really trying to bolster their AI experience to kind of get them in line with Google, and it's looking to be really, really great thus far. Wallet, weather, and maps were also enhanced. Wallet with the addition of home keys, apartment keys, and the addition of more hotels for hotel room keys. With weather, you're gonna get that dark sky integration. So they've kind of redesigned the weather app to give you more detailed information. And obviously that background looks super, super clean. That's gonna change based on your location. Now, as far as maps, they've essentially redesigned maps to just give you a bit more information, just be more detailed. The functionality that I liked the most was actually the highway view, where you could see which lane you're in, things like that. That's actually gonna be really, really useful. That way you know which lane you need to be in, if you need to be turning or whatever the case may be. Apple Maps seems to have you covered on that aspect. Now with iPadOS, we're looking at a few more significant features. So first is the new Multitasking Ui. So now in regards to multitasking, you're gonna have brand new gestures to invoke and control split screen multitasking on iPad. I'm disappointed that these didn't come to the max size versions of the iPhone, but hey, maybe we'll get it next year. But like I said, it looks really robust and looks to just be overall an easier way to invoke and use split view while you're on your iPad. Also, you're gonna be looking at widgets, which can now be placed anywhere on the home screen. Functionality that iOS has had since last year, iOS 14. Not sure why Apple didn't include it in the iPad last year, but it's here now, so hey, at least we have it, and now we can say you can put widgets wherever you like on iPad. Next, Apple did integrate Swift Playgrounds into the iPad even further. So now you're gonna be able to code, compile, and share applications. So essentially you can write applications directly from your iPad. Now, will this be as in-depth as Xcode? I don't think it will, honestly. I think we'll have to wait to see it in actual Xcode on iPad. But ultimately, like I said, you are getting the foundation, which is always a good start. You're also gonna see improvements with a new Translate app coming to iPad. So the Translate app that we have on our iPhones, that will now be coming over to the iPad. So it's always good to see applications cross over. And then lastly, as far as the iPad, you're gonna get a quick notes feature. So think of this like with the Samsung smartphones, how you can take the S Pen, double tap, and bring up a memo. Same exact thing, you swipe up from the bottom right, and you're gonna get access to a quick pad where you can scribble stuff down, you can put photos in there, whatever the case may be, just making the Notes app a bit more powerful within iPadOS. Now, before we get into watchOS and macOS, Apple did touch on Siri, privacy, and HomeKit. So I want to go ahead and run through those really quickly because those weren't as, mind-blowing or major features. So in regards to Siri, now you're obviously gonna get more voices. That seems to be a running theme every year, so more voice types. And you're gonna get Siri offline speech. So this means that without a cellular connection, you can still use Siri. Now, I don't know to what extent you'll be able to use her, but the fact that they are starting to really bolster what Siri can do while not having a cellular connection is obviously always welcome, so that's always great. As far as privacy, they're just taking a few steps with, say, Mail, Safari, just to make sure that your IP address is hidden. That way you're secure whenever you're, say, opening an email, surfing the web, all of that you already know by now. Apple is super serious when it comes to security. And then HomeKit. So Apple's gonna be doing intercom through the Apple Watch. We'll obviously touch on that when we get to Wear OS. But they're also going to be doing some better integration with the Apple TV and the rest of your HomeKit accessories. You'll be able to go ahead and control additional accessories with your Apple TV, say turn on lights in your backyard from your Apple TV, things of that nature. You're also going to be going ahead and getting access to, say, detect packages, stuff like that when it comes to HomeKit. So Apple really trying to go ahead and step it up in their integration with all their HomeKit accessories. So with watchOS, again, it's just more quality of life enhancements if you already own an Apple Watch. So what you're gonna get is a new design in the Breathe app. You'll actually be able to get a new animation that'll help walk you through that entire process. The reflect tool is a new tool that you're gonna be able to use in order to kind of, they say, reflect, which should have a better impression on your mental health. So anything in the mental health is always a plus. Definitely we have to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves physically and mentally as well. So that's definitely nice to see. Also, more workouts are gonna be added to the Apple Watch. Photos, you're gonna be able to make them portrait photos for watch faces. So that's gonna look cool. And the examples that they showed actually looked really, really nice. Can't wait to get our hands on that. And then you can finally use and send GIFs in the Messages app on Apple Watch. That is something I've actually been waiting for. That's gonna be a really cool feature to take advantage of. Now you can finally send GIFs, see them, the whole 9 yards. So that's pretty much it for Wear OS. Now we'll go ahead and get into Mac OS to finish up. Now Mac OS Monterey ended up being my favorite announcement at WWDC, mainly just due to some new features and just that tighter integration between all of your currently existing Apple products. The headline feature with it to me seems to be the universal control. So think of this as one keyboard, one mouse for your entire ecosystem. So if you're using an iPad, an iMac, a MacBook, one mouse, one keyboard across all of those devices, it even intelligently switches between the iPad's cursor control to macOS's normal keyboard and mouse control that we're all used to. So that was a really awesome feature to see. You're also gonna get all the improvements with SharePlay, FaceTime, everything. You're gonna get that in macOS as well. Also, Airplay is coming to Mac. That's gonna be fantastic as well if you wanna share content between, say, your iPhone and your Mac, or push that content to your Mac. You'll definitely be able to do so natively. Shortcuts is also coming to Mac, so that's gonna be fun. Like I said, just another one of those applications from iOS and making its way over to the Mac. So that's good to see. And then the big thing is Safari redesign. So they have redesigned Safari to take more advantage of what they're calling tab groups. Now, tab groups is a feature that is on Chrome. I've never used it on Chrome. However, it looks to be that much more seamless and polished on macOS. I'm definitely gonna be giving it a try. Think of it as having a set of tabs for each thing that you're doing. So a set of tabs for work, a set of tabs for home. So like I said, this seems to be really powerful. I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to trying this out in the fall. So wrapping up, guys, like I said, overall, I think the production quality was fantastic, as Apple always is. The opening was really cringy. Good Lord, that was cringy. But the rest of the event was really, really nice. It was really well focused, really well paced. As far as iOS, obviously, I didn't get everything I wanted if you saw my iOS 15 wish list. But we did, like I said, get some solid updates to just quality of life things. I'm looking forward to trying out a couple of the features. iPadOS looked pretty cool as far as adding those additional multitasking gestures, just trying to make the iPad a bit more powerful. macOS looks really, really cool. I can't wait to try that out in the fall. watchOS, again, seems like it just got a lot of good kind of quality of life improvements, that type of thing. So overall, I think WWDC was a pretty good conference. I can't wait again to see all of everything launch here in the fall so we can really play with it. Everything's in beta right now. I am, speaking on that note, going to be running the iOS 15 beta on my 12 Pro Max. So if you want to follow the shenanigans, the ups, the downs, the new features I'm gonna find, all that stuff, if you guys want to keep tabs in that, definitely go ahead. Like I said before, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button, that way you don't miss it. But that's gonna wrap up today's video, guys. But before you go, leave me a comment down below. Let me know, what did you think of WWDC? Do you feel as though Apple nailed it? If not, tell me why you feel as though they didn't nail it. As always, this is Ike's Tech Talk. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.